Hello and welcome back to another info bite from the Library and Learning Commons here at Pikes Peak State College. I'm Larissa Powers. I'm your lead reference and research librarian here. And this is just going to be a really quick video about searching with keywords. If you're using a database as opposed to doing just a quick search with like a Google, databases do not have what is known as natural language processing. Some of them are starting to integrate AI tools to make that a thing here and there. It's spotty as to whether or not it's effective. But for the most part, if you're searching within a database, you're not going to be using full sentences to phrase your question. You're going to be picking out the really key distillated nuggets of thoughts in your topic and putting those into a keyword search instead. So I have just gone ahead and brought up EBSCO Academic Search Premier here. It's a really good tool for just searching pretty much all of EBSCO's products within our 132 database collection. They own many of those databases. And this tool kind of helps dig into any of the properties that they have access to. So just to give a quick example, a natural language search, something you might just type into like a Google, could be something like, how does social media affect the mental health of teenagers? Nothing, no results there. So that is something that there are a ton of articles about. There's a lot of research on how social media affects the mental health of teenagers. We just have not asked the database to give us that information in a way that it is capable of providing information to us. So let's go back to our search bar. Instead of doing that, any database you're in, I highly recommend using the advanced search. We can do exactly what I'm about to show you in the basic search bar. You would just have to use a lot of the Boolean operators on that same line. So Boolean operator is this, and or not. So and lets you combine those two separate thoughts you might have to say the article you search needs to include this and that, or helps you broaden a search result by saying it could be this, it could be that. The search results don't have to include both, it just needs to include one. And then not just helps you distance two topics that are closely related that you're not trying to research both of. So if you were researching mental health, but you don't want to research depression, you're not interested in how that comes into your research topic, then you could say mental health, not depression. So again, you could do all of this in your search bar. You would just capitalize it. So if you were saying mental health, not depression, you can do that on one line. It works the same way. I just think it's a lot easier to frame your own research topic if you're using this advanced search where it breaks it all out into separate subject lines. Obviously, when you're in here doing a keyword search, you could drop down this box on the right of any of these search bars and tell it, I actually know the title of what I'm looking for. Search for this in the title, or search just the abstracts real quick and I can get an idea of if the stuff that comes up is related to my research or not. I tend to just have it search all fields. Applying limiters, I've mentioned this in other videos, does tend to narrow down your results in a way that sometimes makes it impossible to proceed with your research. So even as you scroll down here and you start applying like, oh, I only want full text and I want it to be 1 year old and I want it to be from an academic journal. All of those are great. You could apply those one at a time. But unless your teacher has said that it needs to be every single one of these, it has to be academic, it has to be peer reviewed, it has to be 12 months old, it has to be specifically from this one journal. If you start piling on limiters like that, you're going to lock yourself out of a lot of results. So just be really careful with your filters at the bottom there, and also your filters when you're talking about where the keywords are going to be searching. So back to that example. How does social media affect the mental health of teenagers? We have to distill this down. So the word how and are and what, things that don't really have a specific meaning, we're going to cut those out right away. So that leaves us social media. Affect just is talking about the relationship between social media and the teenagers. The fact that we're going to have mental health in there is going to cue it all in, so you don't need the word affect. And you need to this is a good point in your research question to check yourself to see if you're giving the database a loaded question. So if you're saying negative, increased violence, increased risk of, you're going to maybe be cutting out research that shows the opposite, or you're going to narrow down the results you're getting because the research is not showing what you think it's going to show. So keeping out words like affect, negative, positive, and just getting really down to the meat of the topic. So with this one, it's just teenagers, social media, mental health. So let's go ahead and pop that in. And you can see from the dropdown, it recommends something that I was going to hit on. So if I just, let's ignore this dropdown where it has all these additional recommendations. If I just do teenagers and social media and mental health, and I hit enter, no other filters, no limiters, I get 615 results. And that's a lot of results. If you're doing research, you're not reading all of these, you're not even reading all of their abstracts, it's going to take way too long. But going back here to our search, notice, and especially if you do that search and you get like 4 results or no results, notice ways that things could be rephrased. So within each line, you can use more of those Boolean operators to expand the search. So teenagers, the person who wrote the article might not have called them that. The person who wrote the article might have called them adolescents or young adults. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Generally speaking, if you're building out a search, you would capitalize these. EBSCO is doing a lot to make it more intuitive. They're trying to use more AI integration to make it so it understands what you mean without having to be so precise with your searches. But just in general, I tend to recommend if you're using a Boolean, capitalize it. And then going down, you see it has a couple more recommendations here as well. Looking at this predictive search, maybe I do and maybe I don't want all of the words they've used. Maybe I just want to keep it broad with mental health or mental illness. It's really up to you, but just adding that, it changes our search results from 615 to 1600. Again, when you have that many to pick from, this is a well-researched area. You don't need to be broadening your search necessarily as much as choosing from the results you get, whether it's pertinent to your research. But there are going to be times when you're doing your research that maybe the area is more niche, especially as you start to get deeper into your studies, and maybe you're not just doing the really broad research within your discipline, but you're getting highly focused, where it's going to be important that you add these additional or this or that, finding the terms that mean the same that the person who indexed the article or the person who put the article into the system might have listed it under. So that is a very quick and dirty breakdown of how we use our keywords when we're doing a search. It is iterative. So if you come at me with a full sentence that you need help breaking down into your keyword search, I do this for a living and I might take a few passes at it before I get you some good results. So be really patient with yourself and everything you do as far as research goes. But if you have a really good idea and you are having trouble putting it into keywords to get the database to give you what you know is out there, come and find me. Go on our website. We have another video about accessing our online resources with our contact information, or drop in at the Learning Commons. We're always happy to help and see what we can do to get you those results for your research. Thank you. Thank you so much and have a good day.